And welcome back to the We Are City channel, and today we're doing our ratings review where we rate all the players from the previous fixture and the, just review of the game as well, how the game went, what are my thoughts on the game. We're going to be doing one of these for every single game. Of course, we do a little Fantasy Premier League update as well in today's video. So, firstly, starting with how the game went. Well, as you know, if you don't know, it was 3-3 between Manchester City and Newcastle. A tight game, an exciting game. City didn't really start playing football until the 60th, 65th minute, where they actually decided to turn up. They were shaking the first few minutes. They got a goal, I think, against the run of play, really, with Ilkay Gundogan. And then Newcastle got into it. And Newcastle destroyed us. They played so well. Alan St-Maximin gave Kyle Walker absolute nightmares today. And Walker wasn't the only poor performance. Kieran Trippier scored a goal for Newcastle from a free kick right at the start of the second half, which was rifled into the goalkeeper's side of the net, where you say the goalkeeper should never get beat. Edison does get beat. Edison, again, proving that he's just not up to level. And at one point, Edison come flying out of his net in a really terrible position. John Stones had an utter shocker, started his first game of the season, and he was terrible. He was at fault for the Kieran Trippier free kick because he gave away a free kick in a really bad position, knowing the quality Kieran Trippier has. And we're in trouble, really, because Nathan Ake, who made a really good sliding challenge at one point in the game, was forced off due to injury, meaning John Stones had to obviously then play alongside Diaz. Diaz came off the bench, but John Stones has got to play now. Diaz and Stones are our only fit senior centre-backs. And the same goes for full-back. Kyle Walker had a shocker. You think, well, we drop him. Other than Gomez, who's just come in, who I don't think Pep Guardiola would trust yet, Cancelo and Walker are only senior fullbacks as well. That's put City in a really tough position, doesn't it? And also another talking point was a possible red card for Kieran Trippier. I personally do believe, maybe it's biased or not, I do believe it should have been a red card. A sliding challenge like that, where your studs are up, both feet are off the ground, on the knee of KDB. He's looking for one thing, but that is a nasty challenge. And I was very surprised the referee reversed the decision. I feel like looking at that, you'd say, yeah, it definitely is a red card. He hasn't made contact, but it's the intent of the tackle. And if the Premier League is setting a precedent that you can make those sort of challenges, then that looks really bad for the future. Haaland was a little bit quiet today, got a goal, could have had probably 2 or more goals. Phil Foden wasn't his usual self. City overall were poor, and in the end, I think you've got to be happy that we come away with 3 points, because we didn't deserve, with 1 point, because we didn't deserve 3, and we certainly didn't deserve 1, really. For a lot of time, Newcastle were the better side, and they deserved it. Now, we're going to go into the player ratings, as we always do. This is the player rating. So, first, Edison, starting with the goalkeeper. I've given Edison a 3. Made a few saves, yes, 2 saves that were right at him. I know we did a live commentary, a live stream, and someone said, "Oh, Edison's kept us in this game." He really hasn't. That Trippier one he should have saved, and that is my biggest issue with him. I think he should have saved that. I really do. And it's a continual poor performance from Edison. I don't know how, come the end of the season, we won't see Ortega Moreno starting more games. We could possibly see Ortega Moreno start so many games. So many games for City, judging by the form Edison is in. As to the back four, mixed ratings really. On the right side, Stones and Walker were atrocious. John Stones, back in the first team, his first start. Since then, shocking, absolutely shocking performance. Kyle Walker, that is the worst I think I've ever seen Kyle Walker play. Now, Kyle Walker's being asked to play a position which doesn't suit him. He's being asked to come inside and play on the ball. Kyle Walker is not good on the ball. It's like asking Erling Haaland to play goalkeeper. It's not what they're good enough. You're not playing to their strengths. Kyle Walker is not a ball player. Kyle Walker sits back. Kyle Walker controls the counter-attacks. Kyle Walker wins the ball backs. I mean, Alan St-Maximin made Kyle Walker look like he was running quicksand today, but Kyle Walker was starting 5 or 6 yards away from St-Maximin because he was constantly dipping into the midfield. We want him to stay at full-back. We don't want him going in midfield, and he hasn't got the quality to make the passes anyway. Nathan Ake was good when he was on at the game anyway, before he came off. Really good at one point to make a real impressive clearance that was going across St-Maximin for a tap-in early on. As soon as Ake came off, we looked more shaky. Joao Cancelo was at fault for the first goal. In a way, 2 men to mark. It wasn't entirely his fault. I think Diaz should have been marking one of their men. But Ake went off. Cancelo there, all on his own with Diaz. 2 men to mark, didn't do it. Cost a goal. Rodri was poor in the first half, but really stepped up, controlling pretty much all the counter-attacks in the second half. Was very impressive, Rodri, in the second half. KDB, slow first half. Second half, we wouldn't have got 3 goals or 2 goals without him, honestly. De Bruyne, key to this team. Ilkay Gundogan as well had a reasonably good game. The captain, expect more from the captain, to be honest with you, though. Phil Foden was poor again, and he was poor against Bournemouth, and he was poor against there. I give him a 5, and I think he was poor. Every time I see him play, he's been poor. He needs to be dropped, but Jack Grealish is missing at the moment through injury. I'm surprised Mahrez didn't play, but we don't like Bernardo on the left. I'm surprised Bernardo played on the right, to be honest with you. Erling Haaland, a 7 up top. Should have had more goals. That is my main issue. He should have had more goals. Had a great chance where he went through 1-on-1. Nick Pope, though, top goalkeeper for Newcastle. And credit has to be put to Newcastle, by the way. They were fantastic today, Newcastle. They'd be so disappointed that they switched off from the 60th minute onwards and allowed City back into that game, because they did deserve 3 points. And then finally, Bernardo Silva, questionably played on the right side by KDB, by Pep Guardiola, alongside KDB. Both got 8 ratings. Man of the match for me, Bernardo Silva. Diaz was the only one sub. He got a 6. He wasn't that good when he came on, I didn't think. Anyway, I suppose he was playing as 2 men or 3 men at the back, because he was playing for Stones and Walker. It was shocking. But yeah, Bernardo Silva, man of the match. Instrumental in scoring the goal and also creating a goal. And yes, KDB found him with a ridiculously good pass. I think De Bruyne could have had a 9 today, because if you think about it, if Haaland and maybe Bernardo, Gundogan score their chances, De Bruyne gets a higher rating. So City don't get a win. It's not the worst start to the season. 2 wins and a draw. We know Arsenal are top. I don't think Arsenal lasts forever, but we don't know. Pep Guardiola, I'd give a 7 up against his former student in Mikel Arteta, perhaps the Premier League title this season. Pep gets a 7. I think he should have made more substitutions. I really think we could have made changes that really would have improved that side. And if we had made those changes, then perhaps City would have gone on and found that goal to win the game. Something needs to change at half time, and we didn't do it. And that performance in the first half is a little bit worrying going to future games. City, of course, play Barcelona on Wednesday. Then they go into likes Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. I'm unsure how City will play in those games. Palace have been fantastic, and credit to Newcastle. They didn't sit back against us. They were on the front foot. They were pressing. Almiron, Jolinton, everyone. I mean, Guimaraes was lucky not to get sent off as well. Could have got 2 yellow cards right on early in the game. But they were brilliant, Newcastle, and credit to them. Well done. They're on to big things, I believe. And if any Newcastle fans are watching this, let us know in the comments down below how you felt. Are you disappointed? But is it because it's City you think, you know what, we'll take that? I think you should have easily won that game. And for the fantasy team to end the episode, going for the fantasy team, as my camera has decided to shut off there. That's something I need to work on, isn't it? See there, the guy who's top is Oliver. He is top with 198 points. Anyone else in there? The top 10, Moonchester's in there, which is great to see. Manchester City is also in there. Willis, top 3 is Haaland and Aouar. I'm not in the top 20. I'm around 37th in the league. Underdogs FC, I think you were near the top last season. Game of Stones also in there. Premier League team. Raheem Love Sterling, Sean Doyle. Not wrong. A lot of good players in there. If I haven't read your name out, you're on the screen right now. You guys are doing fantastic in the Premier League, Fantasy League. Keep going, and we'll see how it goes in the future. Thank you very much for watching our little ratings and review. Like I said, every Premier League game, every Champions League game, every League Cup, every FA Cup game that I'm around, I've watched the game, I will do a review. We'll see you guys next time.